Liz, understand one thing and understand one thing real quick. Jason picked you because you was the fallback. Okay? I really want you to understand this. I just finished watching the most recent episode of the show called Ready to Love. It is a show on Oprah Winfrey's network produced by Will Packer. It's a show about Black people dating, okay? I'm a huge fan of the show. I've been following the show ever since it came out, okay? And I just had to come on here and hop on here and make this review of this show regarding this particular episode. Let me tell y'all something. You know, I remember, I think it was was it the second episode or the first one where Ashley was picked as the fallback? And I was very clear on that. But I am like so super duper clear, guys, that Liz was only chosen by Jason because Kyra did not pick him. Liz is in denial, period, point blank, end of the story. And before I even keep on going, before I keep going with this, y'all can sit up here and hate on me because you know I'm the dark-skinned activist, and my goal is to have the Black man come back to the dark-skinned Black woman in balanced numbers. But I am not making these statements to throw shade at Liz. I am not making this video to hate on Liz because she is a light-skinned woman. No, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm here to tell the absolute unadulterated truth. Okay? Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure you also share this video because, you know, one of the reasons why I love the show Ready to Love is because it falls in line with dark-skinned activism's goal of bringing the Black man back to the dark-skinned Black woman in balanced numbers. And so that's why I feel so compelled to come on here and to speak about this, because it's like, this is one of my favorite, actually it's my favorite show on TV. And I just have to talk about this. Like, I just literally finished watching the episode. And I'm saying to myself, Liz is in complete and utter denial. And I'm pointing out some things that I saw as I watched this episode that show me that this woman is in complete denial. And also that showed me, like Kyra was, when she was talking to Jason in the end, having that last conversation with him, I agree with Kyra. I feel like Jason was being disingenuous. He was saying that, you know, Kyra was the one being disingenuous. No, sir, you were the one, because Liz was never in your top 3. But before I keep going, my name is Rashida Strober. I am the reason anybody on YouTube, anybody on reality TV talks about colorism and dark skin discrimination. I created the entire lane. I started something called Dark Skin Activism in 1998, and it is the first platform in history to fight to get rid of colorism and dark skin discrimination. There's nobody else that created a movement for dark skin activism. Dark skin activism consists of me writing plays about only dark skin, books about only dark skin, and creating the very commentary that you are listening to right now about only dark skin. And I've been doing this before anybody on YouTube or reality TV, before anybody talked about colorism. In fact, from 98 till 2010, when YouTube came about, I was doing grassroots dark skin activism, again, through my plays and my books and my dark skin activist tours. YouTube came along, social media came along. I brought the first colorism channel on YouTube. I went viral in 2015 for calling out Kendrick Lamar and his darkism, and Black people on the internet was like, damn, what is she talking about? Because they never heard of this before, this type of commentary. So what they started doing was mocking me first, and then countless people on YouTube plagiarized my work, okay? They went to my website, they went to my YouTube channel and began ripping me off. And a lot of these people already had large followings. And so what they did was they changed up their content on their channel and stole my content regarding colorism and dark skin activism and try to pass it off as their own. So any woman that you see on YouTube or reality TV talking about dark skin or colorism, they got it from me. Let's just get that straight off the top. My books include Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skin People Are Discriminated Against, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, which I have a play version of that where I play 5 different characters in my one-woman show that I've been touring since way before YouTube and anybody coming online talking about colorism. My other book, Darkism, Token Dark Girl, How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet. And How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet is actually the first motivational book to address the self-esteem of dark-skinned women. So that's just a little bit of history about me. So make sure you go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. And you can support me financially with all the ventures that I have going on, including the legal issues that I have fighting against darkism. My Cash App is $rashidalala. Once again, $rashidalala. And my PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Donations of $40 or more will get you an autographed copy of one of my books. Now, let me get back to the topic at hand here. Back to Liz. Liz, Jason, light-skinned Liz, light-skinned Jason chose you only because dark-skinned Kyra would not make up his mind. And I believe Kyra when she said that he was not being honest, and I'm paraphrasing, you know, what she was saying about making a choice, which he sort of kind of admitted to in their last meeting. He didn't make no choice to choose Liz weeks ago. He was always on the fence. Let me tell y'all when he started noticing and paying attention to Liz, when they went to the ball and she wore this pink dress showing off her cleavage. That is when he started paying attention to you, Liz. It was not at the beginning. If you go back to the first episode, if you go back and watch the first episode, Jason's top 3 was Kyra, Alexis, and Amber. Liz, you were not in this man's top 3 at all. Okay? You were the fallback. And again, I'm not saying this to be rude or to be mean or anything. I'm saying it because it's clear. If anybody with a brain and anybody that has followed Ready to Love and watched this show, and if you go back to the very beginning, you will find out what I'm saying is true. You will find out the fact is that in his top 3, it was Kyra, it was Alexis, and it was Amber. It was not Liz. Okay. You will also see that he only had interest in Liz when they was at the ball. And I think that was 2 or 3 episodes in. So because Kyra was not making up her mind and she had all these guys chasing her. And I know that, you know, maybe, I don't know, I'm not in your brain, but you know, sometimes people don't think that dark-skinned women should be at the top, that all the guys should be chasing after a dark-skinned woman. But in this particular episode, a dark-skinned woman came out on top. Facts. All the men wanted Kyra. And I know what Joel said. He told Vernisha, you know, whatever to make her feel better. But the fact of the matter is, in that one episode when they was in the men's, den or whatever you want to call it, the fact of the matter is, David chose Kyra, Joel chose Kyra, Jason chose Kyra, and I think Jason was kind of intimidated by that because he's seeing all these other dudes coming after the woman that he liked. And I think that Liz was a little bit jealous and intimidated by the fact that all these guys, and she always has a smile on her face, but sometimes people could smile and they got other stuff going on behind it. And why do I think that she was jealous and a bit intimidated? Because she was mad and a bit surprised and shocked to see that Kyra was still there. Okay. The last episode, Jason chose her again only after he had a conversation with Kyra. And Kyra was like, I need to go all the way to the end, and I need you to respect that. And Jason didn't want to do that. He wasn't sure. So he went with what was safe, which is you, Liz. You were not his first pick. These are just the facts. I challenge anybody to go back and watch all the episodes of Ready to Love during this season, and you will see that what I'm saying is the truth. This woman was the fallback. And to see her, the biggest competition for, I would say, for all the women, to see her waltz on up in there, because Liz, I'm pretty sure you thought that, AJ was going to choose Alexis. You were probably happy that your competition was gone. That, because Jason was torn. And I believe that Jason still wants to be with Kyra. It's just the fact that she did not solidly choose him. And I think that, again, behind people's smiles, because he was smiling and acting like he didn't care. And if I was Kyra, I wouldn't be friends with him either. Not either, because I think she was the one that said we'll still be friends. I wouldn't be friends with him because he was upset that she did not choose him. And it was almost like, I'm gonna get this revenge on you, and I'm gonna go with her. Okay, you're not gonna choose me. I'm not gonna, like AJ, which I gotta give him some credit here. He actually respected the fact that Kyra wanted to weigh this thing out onto the end. He had respect for that. Way more respect than you did, Jason. You just wanted her to pick you automatically. And when she didn't pick you automatically, and when she didn't do what you wanted to do, you fell back on Liz, a woman that wasn't even in your top 3. I mean, Amber was already taken by KJ. She was originally in your top 3, but Amber was already with KJ. That was solid. Alexis was sent home, so she was one that was in your top 3 at one time. So all that left you with was the fallback, Liz. Liz, you're a fallback. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're a fallback. So I wouldn't be so confident in this so-called connection. I just don't see it as, I could be wrong, but I just don't see the beginnings of it as originating in something that's real. Whereas immediately, it wasn't no second guessing. When Jason saw Kyra, he immediately was enthralled by her. That's the one that he wanted. We could clearly see that. Now, I'm not going to say I could clearly see that with Amber, and I couldn't clearly see that with Alexis, because who knows? Maybe they weren't showing all of that. But I never saw that clearly with you, Liz. And only time we saw that is when you showed cleavage at the ball. So you had to, you had to spruce it up and show a little bit of skin. You didn't do that when, initially. You didn't do that. You came in there looking very conservative. Okay, so you had to get his attention in another way. That wasn't the case with Kyra. Kyra came in that thing, fully clothed and whatever. He liked her as she was. She did not have to do nothing but be her. And what it was, I'm calling it what it is, Jason was upset at the end that Kyra did not clearly choose him. And I think he was also intimidated by the fact that she had all these men wanted her, and he did not want to fight for her, obviously, in the end. He didn't want to fight for her. So he chose what was safe. You might not, that wasn't your first choice. You had to grow to like her. You even said she was growing on you, all that. Okay? But she was safe. She wouldn't reject you. Whereas with Kyra, she had options, honey. She had options. And she had way more options than you did. Let's keep that 100. Kyra had way more options than you did, Jason. And Liz, Kyra had way more options. I know that everybody thinks that the light-skinned woman is supposed to always come out on top, but not this time around. And you know what, Kyra? Neither one of them, they can have each other. Because I feel like, to be honest with you, Liz, it was some hate. She was hating on you. She was mad to see you in the final. She didn't like that. She might have been smiling and whatever, but I can read through people. All that smiling and all that Jesus this and all that. See, I don't do all that. I'm the type of person, I'm going to tell you straight up what it is. If you bring it to me, I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Some people, they hide behind the smiles, and people want to make people think they sweet and they this and they that. Okay, what the fuck ever. All right. The fact of the matter is, to me, and again, this is no attack on you for being light skinned. I'm just simply saying, I believe you was hating on Kyra, and I believe you was mad that she came back despite all your smiling and all that. You was intimidated when she came back because you know that Jason, his original connection was with Kyra. You know that. Okay. And Jason, my whole opinion of you changed. And I got a whole new respect for AJ because AJ kept it 100 the whole time. He was keeping it 100. He was respecting, Kyra. He didn't force her into anything. And he wasn't intimidated by the fact that all the men wanted her. But you weren't even confident in that. You took the safe route. You took the scary route. And you ran over here to this Liz, who David, he was gone. And here she is. Oh, pick me, and that's what it was. That's how I see this. You were just mad because Kyra did not choose you off. She didn't make a solid decision to choose you. And you wanted to get back at her by choosing a woman that you really didn't initially want. Okay, you just didn't. And when that happens, that's the one thing about me. And I don't blame Kyra. I keep mispronouncing her name. I apologize for that. I'm like this. I'm the same way. I'm not going to go with no person that I don't really genuinely like. That's why you kind of shooting yourself in the foot, Jason, pretending. And I definitely wouldn't be with a man if I was his second choice. No, she wasn't even his second choice, honey. Let's keep that real. Let's keep it real, because at the beginning, his top 3 choices was Kyra, Alexis, and Amber. Liz, you were the 4th choice. Ain't no way in hell I would have self-eliminated myself off the fucking show. I'm not going to come behind no other female. No, I have to be number 1. I have to be number 1. I can't be number 2. I can't be number 3. I can't be number 4. I have to be number 1. Okay? I have to be number 1. So I don't blame Kyra. I don't blame her for saying, I got to make sure that this is it, because that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that the person that you're dealing with, that's the one for you. And I'm like this. Whoever I'm in a relationship with, I'm with you because I really, really like you and love you, and I'm attracted to you in every way. Understand me clearly. I ain't never been with no man where it's been forced. It's always a genuine connection in every way. Now, everything might not be perfect, but you just, and you have to make sure of that. You understand? And so for Jason to choose a woman that was actually his 4th pick, and she had to, because he used the words, she growing on me, she had to grow on you, and you had to deal with her only because Kyra couldn't make up her mind. You have to, Liz, that's what I'm saying. I would question a man like that. Like, I would question his sincereness. You have to question that person's sincerity. I just couldn't be no fallback cleanup woman. There's no way in hell. Now, there's some women that are fallback cleanup women that don't know that they're fallback cleanup women. They don't know that they're rebounds. They don't know. I'm not talking about them women. Okay, because if you don't know, that's a whole different story. But this lady knows. She knows the connection and the attraction that Jason had for Kyra. She knows that. And that intimidated her. That bothered her. And so why would you want to be with a man who already had this strong attraction for this other female who he placed above you initially? Ain't no way in hell, y'all. Ain't no way in hell. And so I'm just here to, to let it be known how I feel about this. I did go and I made a comment on the episode in the comment section, and there was a person that agreed with me. She was like, thank you. This is what I wrote. I wrote, Liz, honey, Jason picked you only because Kyra was not sure. Sorry, but you were his second pick. And she was actually his fourth pick. And this other person, she said, thank you. I thought I was the only one seeing it. He basically admitted to Kyra that he lied to Liz, that he had made his decisions weeks ago. Thank you. I'm glad I read your comment. He sure did. Jason is a liar. Okay. You're right. Go back and watch the episode. You are absolutely right. I'm glad I did read your comment. Jason, when Kyra confronted him about this, about Liz coming to the ladies' meeting with Tommy, talking about Jason had made his decision weeks ago. Jason, when he sat down with Kyra, he did. He admitted that he did not tell the truth about making his decision regarding Liz weeks ago. So, honey, you are living in a fantasy world. Even if y'all do work out, I would still have in the back of my mind, well, damn, I was the fourth pick. I wasn't number one. I like being number one. I like knowing that a man chose me and pursued me. It ain't gonna be no, I chose you because she didn't want to be with me, or I chose you because she wouldn't do this. No, I need to know that when we locked eyes, when you looked at me, you wanted me off the top. That's what I gotta have. You don't have that, Liz. You do not have that. Okay. It is what it is. Again, I am not saying this to be rude. Okay. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying it because based upon the actual footage, based upon the actual television show, you were picked fourth. Okay. That's just a fact. And then when Jason, on the last episode, again, he basically admitted that he lied to you, telling you that he had made his decision weeks ago. So you got to sit down and think about that. That's something to think about. I mean, for me, like I said, it wouldn't be even no thought process because I would be fucking out. I wouldn't even be all smiling. She all smiling and giddy and happy to be in fourth place and to, be lied to. And no, his ass would be gone. What you should have did. Let me tell you what you should have did, Liz. Honestly, what you should have did is you should have eliminated yourself. After David, you and him ain't work out, which I could understand that. I could totally understand that. You should have eliminated yourself because you are not number one with none of those men. You were not. You just were not. They had already had their number ones, number twos, number threes, and you were not anyone's number one. It's almost as if you kind of stayed on, kind of forcing the connection your way with Jason. That's kind of like how I also see this. Like Liz should have just walked away. She should have just self-eliminated because you stuck around only to be the fallback. That cannot feel good. You can smile all you want to, and there ain't no damn woman want to be picked second. I would fucking leave. I have more respect for. I remember Reva left. Reva self-eliminated. I don't blame you, honey. I don't blame you. And I noticed a lot of these women, they're Capricorns like me. Reva is a Capricorn. Kyra is a Capricorn. One thing about us, we it's just this general characteristic of what I notice with Capricorn women, and I notice it more with myself because we boss up. We are not going to be second place. That's not how we roll. We have to be number one or I'm out. I'll walk away. I don't care how much I love you. I don't care how fine you is. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I have to be number one. That's how it's going to be. Because see, one thing about me, I love hard. I love real hard. And what I could tell you is the man that I choose, the man that I'm with, is always gonna be number one, and he gonna get everything that I got. So ain't no fucking way in hell. You know, that's why I said I understood why Reva self-eliminated. I got it. Because I walked right the fuck away, bye bitch. Sometimes I won't even say nothing. I won't even say nothing. I'm out. You're not gonna waste my time. I'm gone. Okay, head bitch in charge. That's how I roll. Okay. Head bitch in charge. So, you know, and the thing with Kyra, another Capricorn characteristic, we have to know. We have to make sure that you are that one. And sometimes it can be indecisive. Yes. But once we know and once we lock it in, you got one of the most loyal people on your team for the rest of your life. But if you mess that up now, we out. But the point that I'm making, we can't never be number one. So I understand them on that type of level because I'm like that myself. I have to be number one with a man. I will never be second. I will never be a fallback. I will never be, you know, not knowingly, because like I said, some people that are in that position, they don't know it. But once you know, honey, you better love yourself and get up and walk the fuck away. You better, you're the fucking prize. That's how that go. You're the prize. They're not the prize. You are. Understand me. And ain't no way in hell I could be doing a Liz. No, I could not do a Liz. I could not do a Liz, honey. I could not do a Liz, honey. Okay. Nile Valley Roland said, Liz, fine ass is second. Yo, nobody, regardless who chooses to acknowledge it or not. Everyone made it to the end. Who various options from season one now. Okay. Some of your stuff you're writing is there's like some grammatical errors there, but like I don't know if you just now joined, but if you have watched all episodes of this show this season like I have, you would know that Liz was Jason's, and this is based on the facts. This is not me being mean or me not liking Liz because she likes skin. That's not what it is. And I don't think Liz is that pretty. And I'm not saying that because she likes skin. She's just not that pretty to me. The way her face is shaped. That's why, you know, a lot of light-skinned women, they get a pretty pass. And she's not that pretty to me based on the shape of her face. She's average looking to me. And y'all can be mad all y'all want. You can call me a fucking hater. I don't care. I'm not saying none of this to be me. I'm giving you my real, true, honest opinion on what I think. And these people are on television. They're public figures. They're going to get critiqued. Is she ugly? She's not. But if she was a dark-skinned woman with that same facial shape, you guys would not be saying she was fine. She's not. Okay, she's if we had to choose a light-skinned woman on this show that was, let me see, Bernicia is not dark. Bernicia is very pretty. Bernicia to me is on the lighter side. Bernicia is pretty. Okay. She's very pretty. Liz, the shape of her face is not that pretty to me. Y'all saying that because she's light skinned. Y'all giving her that pass. But I had to just address that because you said, you know, you was like calling her fine and whatnot. Okay, that's your opinion. I have mine. But what you need to understand based on the facts of the show, if you actually watched it, she was not Jason's first, second, or third pick. She was the fourth pick. He said out of his own mouth on the first episode, his top three was Kyra, Amber, and Alexis. So how was she not been the fallback? He only showed real interest in her based on the footage that we saw when they were at the masquerades ball. These are facts based on the footage. To argue that would be nonsensical because all you have to do is go back and look at the show and you're going to see that I'm telling the truth. Now, we can argue all day whether or not Liz is pretty. There's going to be people that think she's gorgeous and beautiful. I'm one that doesn't think that she's all that pretty. I think she's average. Okay. Okay. You could sit up here and say, regardless, a boxer wins by a knockout. Well, like I said, she was the fallback woman. She was the fallback. Tell the truth. Stop caping for the light-skinned woman because you like her because subconsciously because she light skinned. Okay. Give a dark-skinned woman. Now I am gonna get on color. Now I am gonna go in. Give Kyra her credit. All the men wanted dark-skinned Kyra. All the men wanted the dark-skinned one. They did not want Liz off the top like that. They did not want the Chrysanthemum. I hope I'm saying her name right. If there was a light-skinned one that they wanted, I believe Chrysanthemum was the light-skinned woman that was wanted by more than the other light-skinned women by the men. Go back and look at the show. I'm dealing with only facts here. So let's give Kyra her credit. The fact is, Jason chose Liz only because Kyra did not choose him. He was being bitter. And I lost respect for Jason. At first, I liked him and was rooting for him. Jason, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. First of all, you lied to Liz, telling her you made your decision weeks before, and you didn't. You fucking lied. And I'm glad that Kyra didn't get with him because he proved himself to be a liar and a sore loser. He couldn't even stand up like, AJ did. AJ was willing to stand up and wait it out to the end and give Kyra her respect. You weren't willing to do that. You just had to damn be picked. You just had to be picked. And you fell back on the fallback. That's what you did, Jason. You fell back on the fallback. And I question if you really do like Liz, because I'm brain coloring this again. Y'all motherfuckers could be mad. I don't care. I'm the dark-skinned activist. This is what I do. The irony is that your top 3 choices were all dark-skinned women. I said dark-skinned women, Jason, but you chose the fallback light-skinned woman because the dark-skinned woman didn't choose you. So if I was Liz, I would be questioning, do this man really likes me like that? Because his top 3 choices were all dark-skinned. Let me say that again. Jason's top 3 choices in the beginning were all dark skin. Every last one of them. Liz, Kyra, and Amber. All of them dark skin. So you have to question that. If a man is choosing a certain skin tone, he didn't even put Chrysanthemum in there. Or what's the other light skin one that got eliminated? He didn't put them in there. He didn't put you in there. All the women was dark skin. So I would be questioning now Valley Rolling. It can't be all about you talking about Kyra body. No, because he also chose Alexis and Amber. Those are different females, but the common denominator was dark skin. So this is further proof that Liz, you were the fallback. You were in 4th place. Period, point blank. Y'all could be mad. Y'all could be upset. I don't care. I'm really not worried about it. Because like I said, these people went on TV. Nobody forced them to go on there showcasing their dating life. They went on reality TV, which is all over social media, and they're going to be critiqued. This is my fucking opinion. This is the dark-skinned activist opinion. I don't need you to like it. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm going to speak my opinion, and I'm going to speak it from the dark-skinned activist point of view. And I'm going to call it what it is. If I feel like saying light-skinned Liz because she's light-skinned Jason because he light-skinned, a dark-skinned Kyra because she dark-skinned, and dark-skinned Alexis, dark-skinned Amber, all 3 of them was dark-skinned. I will call it out by color because that's what the fuck I do. Get over it. Get over it. Okay? And that's really what I got to say. I done said what I needed to say. Like I said, the dark-skinned women can learn something from Kyra. Never be the fallback. Okay? Make them work for it. I love how Kyra made them work for it. She had every right to. because of the way that, I'm just adding my commentary in it from the dark-skinned activist point of view, the way that dark-skinned women have been treated by Black men as always being the second round draft pick, if you will. They need to work for it. They need to work for you. They need to prove that they really want you. And that's what she did. And Jason couldn't handle it. He could not handle it. He couldn't take it. He couldn't go the distance. And any man that cannot go the distance with you, you don't need them. What's the point? Let him have his fallback. I'm pretty sure she's probably more into Jason than Jason is into her, because she was kind of hanging around, and it shouldn't be that way. A woman should never be more into a man than a man is into her. And that's exactly the position that you're in, Liz. That's what it is. I mean, you didn't have the same type of connection with Jason as you did with David. I think David was more into you than any of the other men. He actually was really for real into you. Jason, you had to grow on him. Any man I gotta fucking grow on, I don't fucking want. Any man that you have to grow on, why would you want that? Why would you want that? Doesn't even make no sense. I don't know. I just can't be at the bottom. My mama always told me, you're the head and not the tail. My mama always told me that. And I live by that. Like, I have to be in my rightful position, honey. That's just, I operate like that in all areas of my life. Like, not just relationships. I would never, ever, ever, ever go on a dating show like this, knowing that a man really wants this other woman. And I'm mad that because I see her walk in, I gotta be, ain't no fucking way in hell. That's a disgrace to myself as a person. Absolutely not. So, Rashida Strover, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. The website is darkskinnedactivist.com. Once again, darkskinnedactivist.com. The Cash App is $Rashidalala. Once again, $Rashidalala. Please go and make a contribution, make a donation. Okay, I just put all that information in the chat box. I'm going to go ahead. My Cash App is $Rashidalala. Once again, $Rashidalala. If you like my content that I'm putting forth right now, if you're enjoying it, then go make a donation, because I've been doing this for a long time and giving it to y'all straight up. Never been intimidated by people who are mad and angry at me because my opinion is not what is popular. Always kept it 100. Always keeping it real. So as you guys can see on the screen, the Cash App is $Rashidalala. Please go make a contribution to assist me with the legal expenses that I've incurred and keep incurring in my fight, in my battle, the war against darkism. I had my intellectual property stolen and used maliciously by a person on YouTube, and I'm currently in litigation to fight for my rights. I'm not the first person that this person is targeted, but I probably am the first person that stood up and said, I'm not going to allow this and take this. So I need you guys to support me. My Cash App is $Rashidalala. Once again, $Rashidalala. And you can find the Cash App, the PayPal, and the GoFundMe information in the description to any of my videos on YouTube or in the comment section, or you can go to my website. My website is darkskinnedactivist.com. Once again, darkskinnedactivist.com. Once again, darkskinnedactivist.com. Nile Valley Roland said, Jason told on dude from New Orleans who is number one and caused strife. Yeah, well, the thing is well, I'm not too sure about Vernisha and Joel. I mean, I kind of feel, even though I think he really genuinely likes her, I think he likes the way she looks, he's attracted to her, but I'm not sure if the other stuff is there to make a relationship. And Vernisha she comes across first as nice and kind of like this coy type of attitude, but then her real true, the other side to her personality came out when she found out about him choosing Kyra, and that's understandable. That's understandable. But it just seems to me that Joel doesn't like drama. He just seems to have that type of personality where he likes fun. And to be honest with y'all, you know, Jason was actually my favorite. Jason was my favorite, but not no more. Not no more. After I seen him lie to Kyra and to Liz tonight, I'm like, no, you're not an honest person, you know. But he was my favorite at first. Him, Joel, and also KJ. I like KJ a lot. He has wonderful, genuine energy, and I like Amber is just hilarious. And I hope KJ and Amber work out, and I could see them working out. But I see problems for Joel and Bernicia because of her sort of aggressive personality, if you will. I don't really want to use the word aggressive because sometimes I think that word is overused with Black women and people use it in a malicious way. But you know, it's just her tone and the way she talks to him. He's just got this kind of happy-go-lucky, smiley, laid-back personality, like he just wants to have fun and have a good time. And you know, I like the fact that he's taking care of and raising his kids. And I don't know if Bernicia person, she seems bossy to me, and I don't think that she would be able to boss Joel around. He smiles a lot and he's kind of chill, but he doesn't strike me as the man that you could necessarily boss around. You know, some women, they boss men around, and I just don't see that with him. I just don't see that with him. But I don't know about those two. I don't know. If I had to choose a couple that I thought would stay together, let's stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Al Green. Okay, y'all, I did not say I was the first singing dark-skinned activist. Okay, if I had to choose a couple, thank you. I just got a cash out. I thank y'all. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chaz. I hope you don't mind me saying your name, but thank you for that cash out, darling. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. If I had to choose because YouTube is definitely messing with my views. YouTube is messing with my views because it usually be a whole lot more people than this watching. They messing with my views. But I'm gonna keep on going. So make sure y'all like this video and share this video. But yeah, you know, if I had to choose a couple that I thought would stay together, it would probably be KJ and KG. Gosh, I'm messing up y'all names. I apologize. KG and Amber. Okay. I feel like those two, but Bernicia and Joel, she might want to argue with him too much, even though there's real chemistry there and there's a real attraction there. I see it. Now Kyra and AJ, they might work. It's possible, but I just feel like, to be honest with y'all, I feel like Jason really wanted Kyra, and Kyra more than likely really wanted Jason. But who's to say, you know, if they will or they won't work out. Although I think that there is a real physical attraction between Kyra and AJ, whereas I don't really see. I see that there's more of a forced, conjured up physical attraction between Jason and Liz. It was kind of forced. It wasn't there in the very beginning. Whereas in the very beginning, there was physical, because you need physical attraction. Don't fool yourself, okay? You need to be physically attracted to a person. And I just feel that when it comes down to Jason and Liz forced connection, contrived connection, he only noticed her once she showed some cleavage at the ball. He didn't notice her off the top. He just didn't. He wasn't attracted to her off the top. We did not see that. And, you know, and I think that she liked him. I think she probably likes him more than he likes her. I do believe that. And you know, it's just it's something that's not all the way genuine to me that there between them two. It's just this forced thing, and it's just that's just what I see. That's just how I feel about it. And again, it's based on the actual footage, not based on me just not liking them. I'm going based off of the actual footage and what he said out of his mouth and what I saw. You know, so I've already named those things. The lie he told her at the about not making his decision weeks in advance, and he admitted that he lied to Kyra, and then him choosing 3 dark-skinned women as his top 3 in the beginning, which was Kyra, Alexis, and Amber, and then only after seeing Liz at the ball did he finally pay attention to her when she had to show some cleavage. And then him constantly going back and forth. I remember when he was talking to Kyra, he was literally begging her, hey, if you just pick me, I just need to know that you're gonna pick me, then I got you. That's what he was saying to her. Go back and watch last week's episode, June what? I think June 8th or something like that. When he was saying something to the effect after they was playing the tennis game. He said, I'm your soldier, just waiting for you to just give me the call. He was literally telling her, hey, if you just go ahead and pick me, I'm gonna pick you. Liz, you didn't watch that? You mean to tell me you didn't see that fucking footage? You're a fallback. More proof. Y'all could be mad all day. She's a fallback. Okay. That's all it is to it. Anyway, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Once again, my website is darkskinactivist.com. Darkskinactivist.com. The cash app is $rashidalala. I want to thank you very much for the person that donated tonight. Thank you. I appreciate you. The PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And that's it, y'all. The world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober. And I will talk to you all again soon. Have a fantastic evening.